Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by contribution from Rapunzel, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. This is Rapunzel again from your video entitled "Isolationist Narcissists Are Hiding You from the World." I made a contribution and just need to vent, and also need some quick advice. Thanks so much for your last video. You have no idea how helpful it has been in snapping me into reality. Most days I still wake up feeling like I've woken up from a lifelong Inception-like dream. Do you recall the film Inception? It feels like I'm now living in an upside down reality, but I have to remind myself that no matter how difficult or how bad my CPTSD is, I must press forward. Yes, I believe I have all the symptoms of CPTSD. I have insomnia, depression, anxiety, shame, guilt, and nightmares about my narcissistic mother and narcissistic friend. To me, they feel like confirmations that I need to get out. I had a vivid dream of floodwaters overtaking my entire neighborhood and climbing to the second floor of my house. I climbed up a glass tower above my roof and looked out to see my brothers freaking out on one side of the roof and both my parents sitting on the other side of the roof on lawn chairs with their backs turned to me. In the dream, I thought they were dealing sensibly with the flood and told myself, now I have to move out, I guess. But when I woke up, I was really upset with my parents. Blind behavior. It's a perfect metaphor for the way they turn their backs on me and continue to sit in their comfort zone as I drown and am affected by their stupid decisions. The last dream I had like this was that I heard your voice coming from the computer speakers downstairs. It was 2 a.m. in the morning, and I heard my mom breathing, oh my God, as she flipped through different YouTube videos in my Narc playlist. I panicked. I tried to hide as she came upstairs. I stood in my open closet thinking she had passed my room. Instead, I see her dark silhouette walk into my room. She had this creepy smile with gaping teeth in her eye and eyes that bore into me. I was terrified. I don't know why I sank to my knees as she interrogated me. This is one of my worst fears right now, that she will discover what I know about her before I leave. I am moving out the first week in January. Every day is like torture, and of course healing is impossible as I'm still under her roof. She loves to flip the script on me and act like the martyr any chance she gets. She told me on numerous occasions that she is sorry for everything that happened, as if her decisions could continue as circumstantial occurrences, and that she is going to miss me, even that she is sorry. It's a vague sorry, and she responds to my distance with more distance. I sat her down and told her I had depression a few months ago. And the last time I reminded her of this, she acted surprised, as if we never had that conversation. Selective amnesia, I guess. But it's so hurtful that she would forget such a serious conversation like that about her own daughter. Part of me tells me she doesn't care at all for my well-being. She just cares about getting her supply back. The thing I wish she and my family would get is that I always have loved them terribly. I never wanted this. Never would I have imagined this could happen to me. You've seen the Marvel films, I'm sure. Well, I always had this abstract idea that I was like Thor, favored, well-liked, admired, and set up on a pedestal by my parents. Perhaps it was my unconscious mind telling me that I was the golden child, but now I felt like Loki, rejected, cut off, abandoned, betrayed, and vilified. I have a painting of those two characters that I painted a few years ago hanging above my bed in my room. It serves as a reminder to me every day of the contrasting roles I have played in my family, and that I'm not worth any more or less because of which one I feel like. On to my question. Since your last video, I have made plans to move on campus at the university of my choice, and my parents have been surprisingly non-confrontational about this decision. They try to guilt me into complying nowadays like I have nothing to fear. But I know what my narcissistic mother and enabling father are capable of. So I've been very independent in my plans, not involving them whatsoever. Here's my only issue. In my worry that I wouldn't survive in the long run if I go into debt to pay for tuition and housing, I've been open to letting them pay for my tuition. My mom told she and my dad only want to help out as much as I let them. That they have no desire to control me. But my intuition is telling me that this is a trap. Yeah, it is a trap. It is a trap. Is this a loan? Are they paying for it? How are they paying for it? The only way I would, if your mother is seriously sorry and they only want the best for you, they would have to understand why you're doing what you're doing, but you have to keep all of that hidden because they always have an agenda. Unless they were going to give you the tuition money, all of it up front, with no strings attached, you don't take the money. You don't take the money. Because that money is just, look, how many times have we this is narcissism control 101. Control through money, control through money, control through money. They all do. This is no different. Why do you think at this stage in your life, when you're breaking away, they are now going to give the number one trap out of kindness? No, absolutely not. No. I know you would probably tell me to cut any financial ties with them. But my fear is if I can't make it in the long run, I will have to move back with them. On the other hand, I'm in such a low state right now emotionally, suffering from all the symptoms of CPTSD, that the only thing I wish for right now is a clean break from them and loads of face-to-face therapy. If I do the risky work of taking out loans and working on campus like I plan to, perhaps I won't need their money anymore, and then I'll have the option of going no contact with them at some point. Right now, even if my aim is to go low contact, their money will keep me feeling obligated to them, obligated to do it on their terms. Exactly. Look, you're questioning your abilities while you're still living under their roof. Once you're away from them and you're doing it yourself, you're going to see it can be done. And once you got that, look, you're only going to be able to get that confidence by getting out and doing it without that safety net. That safety net, what you're calling is a safety net, isn't a safety net. It's a trap. It's not a safety net. Regardless of how you may view it of moving back in, listen, if you go out there and you have a job, even if it doesn't work out in college, you still have a job. It's still, why do you look right away to go right back to point A? You're out. You're doing it. Okay, whether or not college works out or not has nothing to do with the fact that you may or may not have to run back home. Why do you automatically assume that you're in a position that you'd have to run back home? What if you get to college and you find out, you know what, I just don't like it? So if you end up just not liking college or not liking the courses you're taking or not liking that certain environment, is that an automatic signal to run back home? No. No, but you think it is because that's how you've been trained. It's not. Say, okay, what's my next step forward, not my next step back? I've made it this far. Whether or not college works out for you in that you get a degree and it works out the way you're hoping it will or envisioning it, has nothing to do with whether or not you breaking contact with your parents is a success. You're a success just by getting out and doing it. It's all right to get out and fail. That's fine. There's no perfection in anything, let alone recovering from narcissistic abuse. Stop setting such high standards on yourself and stop thinking if something goes wrong that you have to go run back to what you think is a safety net. There are no safety nets. They're traps. Sometimes I feel so inadequate, like I don't even know where to begin. I was never equipped to do any of this on my own, and now I'm being made to feel guilty that I'm growing so independent. I know the distance will help, but it's excruciatingly difficult. My last worry attached to all of this is that I go low contact or I gain financial independence so quickly, is the scapegoating will become unbearable and I'll have to go no contact, which is probably inevitable anyway. Any advice on what you think about my particular case would be appreciated. Thanks for all you do. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Blessings, Rapunzel. Well, Your problem is you have no confidence, and you're only going to get that confidence out on your own. All right, everybody feels how you're feeling going off on the first time by yourself. Everybody feels that way. Those are normal feelings. Everybody's nervous. Everybody has those feelings. They're amplified for you because of your abuse and because of the control your family has exerted over you. But what you're feeling isn't necessarily out of the ordinary. Everybody's nervous when they get out on their own for the first time. Everybody. You have a little bit more skin in the game because you're actually trying to get away from an abusive situation. But even if it doesn't work out the way you want it to, it isn't a signal that you need to run home. There are no narcissistic safety nets, only traps. And if you do gain financial independence, of course it's going to be used against you. That's what narcissists do. That's to be expected. And when that happens, you already said what's eventually going to be the inevitable. Is going to have to be no contact because they're not going to change. Any financial assistance is going to be held over your head and used to control you, and you know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been writing to me to begin with. Your fear of all this being exposed comes out in your dreams. You're terrified of your mother finding out about my channel, about that you're aware. But you know from your other dream, your parents aren't going to help you. They not only turn their backs on you, they turn their backs on your brother. That's your subconscious telling you. They've already turned their backs on you. There are no safety nets, only traps. So, good luck in school. Congratulations on getting out. Thank you for your contribution. I hope this helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal and the email links in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ali Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye.